Welcome to Big Talk for Entrepreneurs. Today we are thrilled to have Mr. Abdulrahman Raji, one of the founders of Grams & Cows, a Bahraini brand that is revolutionizing the healthy snack industry in Bahrain and beyond. And it does so by combining distinctive local flavors with wholesome ingredients so that you can snack better and healthier. Abdulrahman, شلونك?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Good,
How's
حبيبي,
everything?
good.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. قلت لك أنا I saw you guys كذا مرة في كذا event مال ستارت اب بحرين.
Yes.
قلت you know what أبى أتكلم وياهم ذلين. And then I found out من الوالد فالوالد is a colleague of mine من أيام المدرسة.
Yes.
That gave me a little bit more encouragement. You know, it's like تشوف شخص تعرفه وتشوف أولاده قاعد يسوون شيء اللي أنا أحبه, which is entrepreneurship. You know what? This is somebody I want to talk to. وقاعد يسوون شيء جدا غريب اللي هو يعني what do we call Grams & Cows? What is it?
It's a healthy snacks brand.
Okay.
Manufactured in Bahrain. We wanted to redefine the snacking industry.
So is it safe to say it's like, you know, there's one called Nature's Way?
Nature's Valley.
Nature's Valley. Is it in the same kind of area as that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now that's interesting لأن أنتوا قاعد تسوون شيء يعني I've seen a lot of businesses in Bahrain actually in the Khalij بس إنه a snack bar it's not easy to do and it's not something إنه نحن معروفين عنه أو عندنا خبرة أو خلفية في هذا الشيء. But I like the name. The name is really caught my attention.
Yeah.
And I think you nailed it as far as the name is concerned. I haven't tried it, but thank you for bringing it with me. And I'm going to try each one of them.
Yes, please do.
Isn't. So tell us more about it. You have how many different flavors you have?
We currently have 4 different flavors, and the 5th is on the way.
Okay.
First of all, there are 2 categories. We have the snack bars,
okay,
which are lower in calories. And it's like chocolate bars, which are healthy, no added sugar, no preservatives. And we have the other category, which is a protein bar. It's a bit heavy, but it has a higher amount of protein in them. In each category, we have different types or different flavors, as you say. For the snack bars, we have the Kinder Bell, which is a hazelnut flavor. This is more of a classic bar, we say, and it is a bestseller. People love classic.
Yeah.
We have the Za'atar bar, which is weird. It's either a hit or a miss. Most people like it because it's a mix of savory and sweetie. And we have also the halwa, which we do it in drops, exclusive in the website only. And for the protein bar, we have the saffron pistachio, which is also localized. We wanted to localize all of our flavors to make it easier for our taste buds to get used to it instead of the normal chocolate bars.
Well, I mean, I think it's a good idea. And in order for you to stand out من الباقين, yeah, there's a lot of, I'm not saying locally we have competitors. Regionally, I don't know actually. You might know. How much of a competitors, I mean, how many competitors do you have regionally, like in the Emirates, Saudi? And I'm talking about local brands. I'm not talking about إنه شركة أجنبية عندها مصنع في دول الخليج. I'm talking about like you guys.
Yes. There are a couple of regional brands. However, they're not much. What they do is they manufacture it outside and they private label it. However, we manufacture it ourselves in a small kitchen we do have now. We actually started from home, so one of my partner's house kitchen was booked for 6 months. No one in his family wanted to go in.
I'm sure his mom was very happy.
She wasn't actually. But thanks to her and thanks to the support from all our families, to be honest. They were huge supports from friends, from families. Everyone was supportive.
This is how startups are, Abdulrahman.
Exactly.
They start up in somebody's garage, in somebody's kitchen.
Exactly.
In somebody's warehouse. And you know, you just have to stick with it, believe in it.
Yes.
As much as everybody's going to tell you, لا غلطان معدل, sometimes this comes from your own family, you know,
exactly.
not just from people.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you believe in it, you need to stick with it. And it's the ones that, the people that do stick with it end up winning at the end. I mean, naturally, your product has to, you know, be appealing. And it takes time. It takes time. Like, قاعد تقول لي ما زعتر, and it's a hit and miss. You're absolutely right. بس ترى there's a lot of this hit and miss things that have become famous. يعني either you like it or either you hate it. And the ones that like it, خلاص, they like it.
Yes.
They want to have it every single time. And the ones that don't, they don't. But you don't do things, يعني especially when it comes to food, you can't really do things for every single human being out there. You find that niche, you find that person, and I think you're doing it right. So, so when did you guys start?
We started about November last year. The R&D process took a long time, more than 6 months.
CR? process?
The research and development from the recipes, from the bar.
Walk us through. يعني نحن ما نفهم في السوالف. Walk us through. يعني أول شيء, let me ask you, let's go a little bit back.
Yeah.
But don't forget that part, okay?
Sure.
شلون جت لك الفكرة?
Us, the 3 co-founders and the partners, we were studying in the UK.
Who are they?
Me, Abdullah Al-Ali, and Firas Al-Shuwaykh.
Okay.
We used to study. We were childhood best friends.
Okay.
We grew up together. We've known each other for, I'd say, about 15 years.
Okay.
15 years, yeah. We've grown together, and we decided to pursue our bachelor's in the UK. When we went there, a lot of healthy snack choices, healthy food. يعني the choices were accessible, they were tasty, and we liked it. When we came back from Bahrain with a bachelor's degree, but where are the healthy snacks? We couldn't find them. So we were like, either someone make them or we would. And then we said, why not do it ourselves?
But يعني, what do you know about making, energy bars or snack bars? What do you know? How do you do it?
And this is a part of the research and development.
Okay.
It took a lot of time. We read a lot. We went to food consultations. We went to manufacturers. We gathered all the information we could get.
And this is while you were working?
Yes.
So you all had your own jobs, day-to-day jobs.
We wanted to bootstrap our way into it.
Right. So you all had your day jobs, and then in that spare time that you had, and I'm sure after work and on the weekends, you devoted هاي الوقت كله حق الستارت-up مالتكم.
And we still do.
And you still do.
And we still do.
Okay. So continue. Walk us through the story. So you came up, you did a lot of research, you figured out how these things are made.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then we booked our partner's kitchen for the next 6 months.
Okay.
And we started doing this, changing this, sourcing ingredients from other places until we got to a final recipe. This final recipe, we said, yes, it's time to test it out in the market. The first test was a CrossFit. I don't know if you know what's a CrossFit event.
Yes, I do actually.
Yeah, it's a CrossFit.
Yes, like a health kind of place.
Yeah. We went, took a booth. We actually borrowed the booth. We put all the branding in it, and we went to the event. Try this, until people started to know us. Wow, this is nice, and it's actually healthy. This has a good amount of protein. I would definitely take this for my daily snack. And here we got to know that we might have something in our hands. So from here, we started to get serious after testing.
Now, tell me about the healthy aspect. How do you make something healthy? Like, what do you look at it, or what do you avoid in order to be classified or market as a healthy option?
This question is mainly for our food consultant and nutritionist.
He's one of the partners?
No, he's not. She's not, actually.
Okay.
And
what is her name?
Her name is Badur.
Badur. Okay, yes. Badur. We're going to give you a phone call, okay, Badur? Then.
And what makes it healthy, there are some, I'd say, other brands have a lot of chemicals in it.
Okay.
Have a lot of preservatives in it.
Right.
Sugar is really bad.
Yes.
What else? Vegetable oils.
Yes, 100%. Everything you're saying is you're absolutely right.
Yes, and
I'm not a nutritionist, and I know what you're saying is 100% right.
Yeah, and we're trying our best to stay away from these things.
So you're avoiding those things that you just mentioned.
Yes,
and in avoiding them, automatically you're classified as a better option, hence a healthier option.
Yes.
Okay, because you're absolutely. Now, do you write this in the back of the actual bars? Do you mention that it doesn't have this or doesn't have this,
Yes.
or you do mention?
Yes.
Because I mean, today, Abdulrahman. I don't have to tell you. I don't have to teach you because I think you can teach me about these things. But people are very health conscious today, and they will pick up something and they'll read. And they'll know exactly the type of ingredients that are bad. They know. It's not like gabble, they might they just buy, how this, that. No. Now they pick, they read, and so it's important. So I think what you're doing is good, and I think the timing is good. People are a lot more health conscious.
Yes, definitely.
Power bars, energy bars, these things have always been popular. I used to like them as well when I was younger, and I mean, it helped. It did exactly what I wanted to do.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, it wasn't like the hard chocolatey that always, it wasn't chocolate that made you spike up, and then, it was energy bars were a little bit better. Best later on, I found out, not through pure knowledge from my wife actually, that they are so harmful in so many ways, that they have so many harmful ingredients and chemicals in it, which was really, زعلت لأن I like it. زعلت. فالحين when I know that something's out there that's similar, one of the first things I do is أروح أشوف إنه شنو اللي عندهم اللي غيره ما عنده وشنو اللي عندهم أحسن من غيره من ناحية ingredients.
Exactly.
So I'm glad that you write everything over here, and I'm glad that you highlight everything, and it's in Arabic and English.
Yeah.
And this is manufactured 100% in Bahrain.
Yes. We do it ourselves. We source ingredients ourselves.
How many do you do a day? I mean, how many can you produce a day?
A day, I'd say about 150 to 200.
And do you have any employees?
Yes, we have one right now.
Okay.
But we're looking to expand.
Okay.
The demand is great, alhamdulillah.
Okay.
And we want to expand soon.
So Grams and Cows is how old now?
I'd say a year old, but we actually started selling June. Yeah.
So
June.
Not even 6 months, for 4 months.
4 months,
yeah.
yes.
4 months. And in that 4 months, what kind of sales we're talking about?
I would say we've sold about 40,000 bars.
That's 10,000 a month.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure the first month was not that much, but if you break it down, it's about 10,000 a month.
Yes, almost.
And that's
yes,
from the kitchen.
Yeah.
You got to take lots of pictures of that kitchen, because that picture is going to be part of your history book, by the way.
We did.
10, 20 years from now, they're going to refer to that kitchen the same way people refer to Steve Jobs' first house or Amazon's, first warehouse. Your kitchen will be that. What are the costs? How much do they cost?
The healthy snack bars are, in retail, they are 1.4 BD. And the protein bar is 1.6 BD. About pricing, we wanted it to be almost as same as the market.
Right.
We don't want to compete in pricing,
right?
Because it's not good to compete in pricing.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. What we offer for sure is our taste, our flavors, and our local ingredients.
In fact, my colleague who I had here the other day, Mr. Basim Al-Sa'i,
yes,
the first thing he said is, do not compete on pricing.
Yeah.
So, I listen and I learn, and I agree with you, and I hope you listen and learn as well.
Yes.
Differentiate yourself in so many ways except the pricing.
Exactly.
So I think that's also a great idea that you positioned it within the market price range.
Exactly.
Sometimes if you price things too low, people perceive it as not good enough, and then the competitors start pricing it down, and then next thing you have is a pricing war. 30-40% of this cost is the cost of production?
Yes.
About that?
Yeah, about that. Approximately, yeah. Approximately.
Okay. Now, naturally, as you grow, you're going to have more staff.
Yes.
Number one. Number two, you're going to have to quit. And
Definitely.
Your partner is going to have to quit.
Definitely.
Now, what area of profession are you in? Without naming the name of the company, but what profession?
I'm a quantity surveyor.
Quantity surveyor.
Yeah.
Real estate?
Almost. Construction.
Okay, construction. Okay.
Yeah. And my partner, one of my partners is a civil engineer,
and
the other one is a lawyer. So we come from completely different backgrounds.
But it's a good match, by the way, because each one of those will be needed. But the objective is to have every one of them stop what they're doing and then, join this startup.
Yes.
And when you do that, your expenses are going to skyrocket. Then, you're going to have to get paid. Your partners have to get paid. I don't think the kitchen is going to be sufficient enough. You're going to have to go get another kitchen, a bigger one.
Yes.
And also, you're going to be working, I don't want to say 24 hours, but close to at least 2 shifts a day of 8 hours a day.
Definitely.
I would say this is the manufacturing lingo, which means your utility bill is going to go up, which means you're going to have a lot more staff.
Yes.
Now, how many do you have to sell per month in order for you to say, okay, now we can do this?
I would say we have put ourselves a couple of goals we want to achieve before doing this move or steps. First of all, I can argue about the costs because as we scale, our costs are going to increase as per ingredients cost as well. So if you order in bulk, you get a better rate. About the partners at first, I think we have a plan to go one by one.
Okay.
So that we don't get overheads in the first
Smart.
directly. So we're taking it step by step, and I think it'll go good.
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys are smart. You have a plan.
Thanks a lot.
Which is good. I mean, the first thing is first is you have to have a plan.
Yes.
Where do you sell these right now?
They are in a lot of coffee shops, a lot of gyms.
This is directly from you guys?
Yes.
So there is no distributor or middleman or anything like that at this stage?
No,
okay.
we haven't got any distributors now, but we surely will look for. We are in contract with Midway as well. We sell in Midway Hamala and Midway Modamol.
Okay.
And they've been great help. Roast coffee shops, Nakhil Gym, Oz coffee shops. So we distributed them as per locations.
Okay. Any of the supermarkets yet, hypermarkets yet?
Not yet, just Midway.
Just Midway, yes.
Yeah.
Midway is good. Midway. The good thing about Midway is there's so many of them.
Exactly.
And if it works, they usually do put you on all the other. So that's the good thing about Midway.
Yes.
I like Midway.
Yes.
But the Lulus and the Carrefours and those and the Jazeeras, they sometimes cross borders as well.
Yes.
Which is what you need in this type of business. This is a business of volume and mass distribution.
Exactly.
It's not a business of borders. It's a business of no borders. So what's your plan to achieve that? I mean, how are you planning to go across borders and worldwide?
That is definitely one of our closest goals. First, we want to expand our production because with this rate, it would be hard a bit.
Yeah.
So we want to expand our production first to have the supply at a minimum rate, and then we can look for opportunities in Lulu, Carrefour, and all of these hypermarkets.
Okay. Who's the owner? I mean, I know there's 3 partners. Is that it? Everybody owns 33.33%?
Exactly.
That's it?
Exactly, that's it.
And how did you fund it?
We bootstrapped our way into it. We funded all our savings into this project, and it's going well.
Do you mind me asking how much you used as a startup funds, like collectively? How much did you manage to pump into this business so far?
We've managed to pump in about, I'd say, 10,000 BD,
Fantastic.
10 to 12,000 BD.
Fantastic.
And then we went to Mashrou'i, which is a Tamkeen support scheme for young entrepreneurs, and we've won. So we've secured ourselves a grant, and then from Startup Bahrain or Startup Pitch Night as well, we've secured ourselves another grant. And so we're all set.
Good. You need more of those.
Yes.
Are you doing anything in the UAE? Are you going to the UAE and joining any of the events that take place over there for entrepreneurs, or even for exhibitions, food exhibitions?
Yes, there is a food exhibition which is called Gulf Food Manufacturing. First, we went last year. It was a huge exhibit, and we said we wanted to go there next year.
Okay.
Next year came. I don't think we're doing it this November. I think we'll have to wait till February. It's huge. A lot of suppliers, a lot of machineries, a lot of ingredient suppliers. So it's huge.
And you want to go this time, and you want to go properly, right?
Yes.
You don't want to just go like the first time was an experiment.
Exactly.
Now you know what to do or what's needed. So you want to go properly.
Yeah.
All right.
We're well prepared for this.
Yeah. Are there any events that like we have startup event here with Tamkeen and Mashru'i. I know Hope Ventures also does a few things here and there, especially with the B-Bond show. And you're telling me that you've kind of got involved a little bit in all of these things.
Yes.
What about in the GCC? Is it hard for you to get involved in something similar like this, say in Saudi or UAE? Is it reserved only to the locals of those countries, or is there a way for you just to have that kind of exposure there?
We haven't actually looked at it. Tamkeen's doing a great job here. Where they're pushing us, they're funding us well. So we haven't really looked at that route yet, but hopefully we will.
That route will be useful for you in two ways, in my opinion. The investment ways. People will see what they're doing and they might want to invest in you. I mean, we have this in Bahrain. There's no doubt that we have this kind of mindset in Bahrain. But whatever we have in Bahrain, there's a lot more of them in UAE and in Saudi, just because it's a bigger market. And the other way that you'll benefit from is also the distribution, which is again what this business is all about, distribution. What are you doing in terms of investments? Are you asking for investments, or?
We are not yet.
Okay.
I think we're doing a good job now. When we want to scale up as soon as possible. However, we have a good amount of cash for now. However, if it's a strategic partner or a food consultation, food production way, we can sort it out.
Yeah, there are a few that we have here and there in the GCC that they might ask you to come in and they'll manufacture it with your. Some of them might even offer to buy the whole thing. So you have to be ready for all these kind of proposals that might come here and there, and not be, how shall I put it, too emotionally attached to something. Because these are products at the end of the day, and this is a business. And sometimes businesses tend to flourish more without the founders.
Yes.
I know certain business I had, they did better when I was not there because my knowledge and my capacity and my willingness was to a certain level. And it was from zero to this. And it's the most important part, is zero. It's so hard to start something from zero. Not many people can do what you guys are doing and starting something in the kitchen. By day you're working somewhere, by night you're doing. This is really, really hard. So I know I can do the hard part. I don't want to say the easy part is the latter part, but the more, let's say, technical part, when something's big and needs to go bigger, sometimes that's done better without the founders involved in those things.
Yes, I definitely agree.
But do you come from a family of entrepreneurs?
Not really. Myself, not really. However, my partners do. But yeah, my father, my friends, my partner's father have his own engineering consultancy firm or office. And the other partner, his father, he has a clinic.
Okay.
So it's just me.
Your brother's also an entrepreneur, correct?
Yes.
And I think I'll give him a call as well, because I saw what he does.
Yeah.
It's more in the vending business that he has, and I thought it was a really good idea. And actually, I'm planning to call him as well.
Yeah.
Because I think it's good. So you have So it's interesting. You and your brother are both entrepreneurs, but you didn't do things together.
We didn't. We wanted to get away from each other. We had a lot of years together.
So how many brothers are you?
Two.
Just two brothers.
Two.
Okay, I see. All right. Okay. Did you get any support from your family, or were they? I mean, you just it costs a lot of money to send children abroad to study.
Yes.
And, you came back, you and your friends. So I don't know about your friends and family, but let's just talk about yours. You came back. How supportive was your family, saying, all this money I spent on you on education, you want to go start your own thing? And, how?
My family is absolutely too supportive.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, both my parents are actually really supportive. However, if I'd say them I'd quit and focus on this full time, they wouldn't like it.
Yes.
They wouldn't like it, but when it's time, I think I will.
Well, I think you have to. In order for people, manufacturers, investors to take you serious to the next level, I mean, they can take you serious now because they can definitely see what you've done. but every time you finish something, it doesn't stop. There's another level, another level, another level.
Yeah.
You know, you want to do good in Bahrain. You're not even thinking of hypermarkets. That's another level. Once you're in the hypermarket, and then you're not even thinking of like every areas of Bahrain. That's another level. Then you're not even thinking outside Bahrain. Then you're not even thinking of outside GCC.
Yeah.
So it's always never ends.
It's
always. And in order to do that, you have to devote 100% of your time to this.
Definitely.
Because investors, and I say investors because I think eventually you will have investors coming on board because this I believe has a chance to become an international brand, and it'll be very hard for you to do an international brand from this base over here. Not impossible, just extremely difficult.
Yes.
But there are some international investors in the same field. I'm not talking about just venture capitalists or angel, but I'm talking about people in the same area that will see something and will invest or will buy, and they will give you the time of the day when they know that you're 100% into this. So it's really important that you do devote at least one of you.
Yes.
At least one of you. Have you been on the BiG show?
No.
Why not?
Not really. As I said...
Oh, that's right. You're not really looking for investments at this stage.
Yes. And we went to the route of Mashrou'i,
right.
startup weekend, startup pitch, sorry.
Right.
So I think it's a good route we took. And about having us full-time, I think, yes, we do have a plan of one of us as soon as possible have to be full-time so that we can scale up. I know that investors would like to see at least one partner devoting his time 100%.
Definitely.
Yes.
You're absolutely right. I mean, you can have 2, 3, 4, 5 partners, but as long as one of them is involved and managing the day-to-day operations, that's really what it is at the end of the day. Sometimes having 3 involved is actually a bad idea.
Yeah.
So, it's not, unless they have 3 or 4 different departments, then that might be okay. So just to recap, there are how many different flavors do you have? Because there are 2. There are energy bars and...
there were snack bars and protein bars.
And protein bars.
Yes.
I call protein bars energy bars, but they should be called protein bars. And protein bars, how many different protein bars flavors?
We have one currently, which is the saffron pistachio.
Okay.
And the other one you're holding in your hand is a tester for our new protein bar flavor.
Oh,
the error.
Error.
Yeah. This is just a testing package.
So I gotta tell you, the logo is fantastic. Who came up with the logo?
The logos, the branding, the marketing is all done by our lovely designer. Her name is Hawra. And she's done a great job with the packaging, with the branding, with the logos, with the stickers.
Has she done this before? I mean, is that what she do? Does she do this on
Yes, she is a designer. She is a designer.
Because Hawra, it's pretty good. Did I say her name right? Hawra?
Yes.
It's very impressive. Well done. It's very creative. The packaging is very creative. The logo, the names, like Error 404. What is this?
This is the taste or testing package we have.
You label it as Error 404. And then, I mean, Kinderbell. This is not a name that I would associate somebody from Bahrain to come up with, because it's great. It's similar like Tinderbell, or what's her name from the girl from Peter Pan? Tinkerbell. Thank you.
Yeah.
So how do you? I mean, you're using. I guess that's your education. You studied in the UK, so you have a lot of Western education and understanding.
Yeah.
And you were exposed to what's working there. And since we know that in order to do things on a global scale, it needs to be in the language of English.
Yeah.
But the names are really creative. When I first saw the packaging, the first thing that attracted me is the packaging, especially the name, Grams and Cals. I thought that was a very clever name. The font was very, very cool. It fitted this particular business that you're in. And then the color of the packaging, the green, the brown, the yellow. You honestly did nail it in terms of this. I know I said this before, but I really... Because at the end of the day, this is what I'm buying. I'm not buying what's inside. I don't know what inside tastes like. So I have to pick it up and taste it. Hopefully what's inside tastes it and it's going to make me come again. But in order for me to pick this up, I'm going to have to look at the packaging. And that's why I'm putting a lot of emphasis in the packaging. And I think you guys did a great job.
Definitely. Regarding the names as well.
Yes.
Actually, for the saffron pistachio, we wanted our customers to suggest us the name.
Oh, no.
It wasn't called saffron pistachio. It was called saffron. And we suggested, we took the suggestions from our customers from Instagram, and they suggested saffron pistachio. So we're trying to be the lean startup. We want to test our products to the customer first before officially launching it. We want to know the views of our customers. What would they like? What would they don't? So we're trying to satisfy our customers, most importantly.
That's such a great idea because you're taking feedback from them. And
Yes.
at the end of the day, you're selling it back to them. So I think that's testing them. That's the best way of testing the market.
Exactly.
That's one of the things we're really good here in Bahrain. Again, because the country is small. So it's easy to test things. And then once you figure that out, then you can, package this and scale up.
Yeah.
Speaking of the social media, now you use social media also for sales, or do you use social media just for PR?
Social media, we only have an Instagram account or an Instagram page. The selling for our B2C is through our website.
What's the name of the website?
www.gramsandcals.com.
How secure is your website for people can pay on the website?
Yes.
So I can go on that website, see what I want, the number of quantity, the type of flavors, order it, pay for it. And then you deliver. Is there a shipping fee that you're going to charge me for delivery?
There is a shipping fee, but if the order is above 20 BD, there are the delivery is free.
Okay. So you're talking about maybe 7-8 pieces, and then the shipping will be free.
Yeah.
And usually if you're going to order online, you don't order one.
Exactly. And usually people stock up for the whole month when they order online. So when they want to order online, they usually order a couple of boxes to keep them stocked up for the whole month.
Now, how many come in a box?
12. We have a box of 6, 12, and 24. 24 is a lot, I'd say. The 12 is the most selling box.
And can you mix and match, or does it have to be 24, 12?
Yes, you can mix and match. You can mix.
And is getting 24 pieces the same as if I bought one? Same price?
No, there is a bit of a discount margin.
Okay. So what other flavors are you guys thinking about that you might be introducing to the market? Or I know you said you test and see what people, what your customers like. Any suggestions that have been suggested to you, or?
We actually have a lot of suggestions. We have a lot of suggestions from our customers, but we try to focus on what's actually healthy. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it.
Right.
Is it scalable or not? Can we actually do it in huge quantities or not? But one of the flavors we're trying to look at is, I think, dates. People love dates here.
Definitely.
Yeah. Why not?
Definitely, Abdulrahman. I think you just took the words out of my mouth. Dates is a sure sell. I can't even say more about that. It's just it's dates. It's a matter of how many different versions of the dates, actually.
Exactly.
Because even one version is not enough. You can have dates with something else, and dates satisfies the sugar craving aspect of it in the most healthiest way, and it's definitely a regional thing.
Yes.
I think you'll do wonders with dates, especially in the western part where dates still doesn't play a big role in their day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
And if you introduce it in some form of a snack bar like this with the dates and different types of flavored dates, I think you have a winning formula there as well.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is there when is that going to be? Is it you're just studying it right now, trying to figure out what's the best?
We just started studying. Yes, we just started studying. So it's gonna take a while, but it's the next one for sure.
Has anybody suggested any flavor that you thought, what the hell are they talking about? Should get something completely like, what?
The actual problem is Kinder Bell actually tastes like Kinder Bueno.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. So it's like the healthy side of Kinder Bueno.
Oh.
So now people expect us to transform every other flavor to a healthy one. so one of our good customers as well, he likes us a lot, and we like him for sure, suggested Lotus. And we're like,
the biscuit.
We're like, it can happen, but how are we making it healthy? I have no idea.
Yeah.
But we have to study it.
No, you gotta. So, maybe eventually you have the healthy segment, and then you have the standard segment.
Yes.
every single chocolate and snack that's being sold in the world is not healthy. I mean, it's not healthy. It's not marketed as a healthy option. Maybe you started off in the healthy aspect to differentiate yourself, because that's not really represented very well, especially هني في البحرين مثل ما قاعد تقول. يعني الخليج ما عندنا هالوجهة نظر وما كان عندنا هالكثر options. But eventually when it comes to scaling, because this is a scaling game, having 4, 5, 6, 7 is not, you need to have a lot more.
Yeah.
And I think you can do wonders, especially if you start entertaining that aspect. So the packaging will have to be different. You have to set yourselves apart. So you have this version. I've seen that. I'm sure you've seen chocolates and bars بالسوبرماركت اللي نفس الشركة بس هاي قاعد يسوونها organic وhealthy وما أدري شنو وهاي عادي.
And it's the same manufacturer as well.
Same نفس الشيء. Same. But I'm glad you're thinking about this, because if you are serious, and I can see you're serious يعني about what you're doing, but part of scaling up is not just selling more of what you have. It's selling more of what you don't have yet.
Yes, definitely.
It's a sales game. You can sell to the customer 7, 8 different ones instead of just selling one. فأنا بروح على الموقع. I'm going to go to your website. I'm going to see something. Let's say I like the pistachio. I bought the pistachio. Okay. عندك 6, 7 أشياء ما عجبني ما باخذ. بس إذا عندك 50 شيء أو 40 شيء أكيد باخذ. فالcustomer once he comes.
Definitely.
Hold on to that customer.
Definitely.
نفس الشيء في السوبرماركت. نفس الشيء. So
yes.
So
sorry to
no.
Our vision is to redefine snacking. So healthy doesn't always have to be boring or doesn't have a taste. We want healthy to be tasty as well.
Okay.
So if it's healthy, if it's nutritious, we want to do it.
Now, is there... Again, it might be a silly question, but I don't know this business as well as you. But is there an age kind of thing, like people who are like, 3, 4, 5-year-olds shouldn't be doing this, or, tell us.
Yes, our products have protein powder in them. So I wouldn't recommend kids to have them under the age of 12.
Okay.
Above the age of 12, with a good amount of consumption, it would be fine.
Okay.
But under the age of 12, it would be a risk.
Now, are there products like this for the younger market? I've never seen it, by the way, but I'm just curious. The reason I'm asking is because school food is a challenge. It's a big challenge, snacks in schools. Parents don't know what to put in their children's... I know sometimes we give our kid the Nature's Bar thing, and they like it because it's packaged, doesn't melt. Like fruits will melt, chocolate will melt, sandwiches, they usually, your friend will eat it. But so I know it's a challenge, but I don't understand this business very well. But it might be something you guys might need to look into because you're going to solve a problem.
Yes, we did actually look into the kids line. But it's going to take some time. The kids line is going to be great as well.
Yeah, I do see, that's something that somebody hasn't done that I know of, and I know for sure that as a parent, I know that this is something we're always concerned about and always trying to find something عشان ما يتمل. ما يمل. نفس الشيء قاعد تعطوني نفس الشيء. ما بي تفاحة, ما بي موزة, ما بي, and we end up, and usually we put a bag of crisps. And I swear to God, he doesn't eat any of the good stuff. He comes back just to the bag of crisps is the one that he ate.
Thank God I'm too young for that.
Yes. Well, you're too young for that, but you're going to be in that situation hopefully one day when you have your own children and you start to understand it. Maybe by then you're like, I got to do it. Because by then you have your own kid. Usually that's how business ideas happen.
Exactly.
As you said, you came back from UK and you wanted a solution. You came up with it. Tomorrow when you have a child and you want to make sure that he eats healthy or she eats healthy, you're going to be forced to. But I do think it's an area that you might want to entertain and study a little bit more.
Yes.
Because I can see this working really well in schools as well, in snack bars and
cafeteria.
All right. Okay. What were some of the challenges you were facing in starting your business? I mean, I want to hear about the challenges, and also were they logistical challenges? Were there regulation challenges?
Every day is a challenge. To be an entrepreneur, every day is a challenge. So you wake up every day. There's a new problem. There's a new challenge. But it's a matter of being consistent, of being persistent as well. Yes. For example, one of the main challenges we used to have is how are we going to produce it in huge quantities? It would need a lot of help. It would need a lot of equipment. It would need a lot of. But at the end of the day, if you take things step by step, you'd reach there. You just have to be consistent and persistent.
That is the key word here: consistent and persistent, which most people aren't. They just give up, and it's natural. Nothing wrong with that. It's just natural. Things happen in people's life, and they have to change. How did you deal? For example, I know you're saying you're working from the kitchen. Okay, how does the health ministry come into play with this kind of thing? Like, because I know when I opened up a restaurant once, the health ministry came like 100 times to my restaurant. Make sure you have this. Make sure you have that. I used to have a grease strap. We had to have certain air curtains and so many things that I had to have in order for me to. How do you guys dealt with that challenge?
For now, we're in a home kitchen.
Okay.
So since we are in a home kitchen, I think we're not under the Ministry of Health. We're under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce.
Okay.
So as long as we do the regulations and the rules from the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, I think we're good.
Yes. So there is a CR that can be done from the homes. It's actually the purpose of that CR. I think. They did it. Zayed did it. Is to encourage home business.
Yes.
Exactly what you're doing right now. So the purpose is to have people do what you're doing. And hopefully you get into it and see that it's working. And then go روح أجر محل, أجر warehouse, get staff, get things like this. Which is actually very, very good. And the flip side of it is you really need a lot more money عشان تأجر محل. مصنع, basically. You need a مصنع. So that worked. And so we have this in Bahrain, and you utilize one of those CR type of things. I mean, it's good to scale up from the money that you're making, but I can see that eventually you really need to invest a substantial amount of money to continue doing what you're doing on a global scale. And it's when you call your dad, say, Baba, I need a little bit more money. I'll give you some shares, Baba. I'll give you some shares. But hopefully people are watching this, they might approach you, they might come and tell you, look, we have an idea, we want to partner up with you, or we want to, expand your product to different things. I mean, that's the purpose of this podcast that I have with you. As I said, I saw you, I saw what you're doing, I saw you winning some, award, getting recognition. I absolutely love the packages, and that's why I wanted you to be here. So thank you very much for being part of this. I really enjoyed every part of it. And thank you for sharing with me these 4 flavors that I'm definitely going to be eating tonight.
Not 4 of them tonight.
I don't know. Okay. Well, yeah, that's too much. Too much. I'll pace it. One a day.
Sure.
And I'll visit that website for some more of these. I really am looking forward to trying these. But thank you.
Thank you
so much for being here.
Thank you for having me as well, Samir. Thanks a lot for this opportunity, and we'd want your feedback on this.
You will get my feedback.
Sure.
You will get my feedback.
For sure.
Thank you.
For sure.
Thanks again.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.